Pisces, hi. All right, let's get into your reading. Peek at your person. Starting off with overall energy, we have choose wisely, intuition, obstacles and challenges, recognition and reward, and stand your ground. Whew. This is just overall energy. It could be yours or your person's, but I feel like there could be somebody who is trying to make a decision. There could be a choice in love. You could have options, trying to follow intuition. There could be obstacles and challenges. Somebody could be trying to get somebody's attention here with recognition and reward, or somebody's looking for the right outcome here, standing your ground. So kind of putting your foot down on what it is that you really want and trying to make those decisions. All right. Angel numbers, I am seeing 7, 7. That's it. But I am seeing 2, 3, 4, 5. So something could be kind of going in order, skipping the first step. I don't know. Hey guys, I just wanted to share a quick message with you. I did launch my coloring book series. There will be a link in the description box to go to it, or there's a QR code at the end of this quick video. Thanks for watching.
Scribble it, just a little bit on the page. Let it twist and fit, colors clash, oh, let them hit, make it wild, don't you quit. Oh yeah, scribble it, just a
All right, let's get into your reading, Pisces. Starting off with your person's current energy, current situation. When I say your person, it could be your energy. It is a general reading, so feel free to flip-flop and reverse the energy. Same to you, cross-watcher. All right, starting off with the lovers, which that's why I kind of like stumbled on my words there. That could be a choice in love here. Planting seeds. Could be feeling a little bit stuck about what to end, what to start, where to start, what kind of changes to make, ending for a new beginning. So is this your person trying to make choices here? Are they treating you as an option? Oh boy. All right, let's see. What's going on with Pisces person? Feeling stuck or like their hands are tied. Single, solo, independent, and waiting. So are they just staying single right now and waiting until they can figure out what it is that they want? The Emperor, Justice, Aries and Libra energy. This person could have a pretty big ego and kind of only do like what's right for them. You know what I mean? Which I guess we all should be doing what's right for ourselves, but I feel like this person's kind of very firm on that kind of energy. If it's in a toxic way, they could be a little bit narcissistic or controlling. All right, they could be going through a divorce or separation, and that could be why they're trying to make these decisions for some of you. So if you started seeing somebody that is going through a divorce or separation, maybe they just want to be single for a little while and they don't want to feel stuck. Or if you're getting a divorce or separation from this person, they may have other options already going on and wanting to stay single and not reconcile. All right, going after wish fulfillments or healing. All right, let's see. What's blocking this connection or interfering with this connection? Pisces and their person. Somebody walked away. Somebody walked away. Empress. Could have walked away from an Empress. So again, they could be going through a divorce. Male or female, doesn't matter. Ignore, rejected. 4 of Cups, ignoring or rejecting. Sorry, I'm trying to hold cards up, but it's kind of a pain. But you guys are yelling at me in the comments to do so. Trying. Let's see. What else? What else? All right. So Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, moving very slow, trying to be planned or methodical. Something with either children or the past, childhood. Blockages, putting in work and effort. So somebody may not want to put work and effort into this. Somebody could have like children and they're kind of focusing on that, but we have abandoned, left out in the cold, left hanging. A stable new beginning is being blocked because of something with justice. So it could be legal system, court system, a contract. Something could just not be balanced. So again, like a divorce or separation. There could be something with money, finances, alimony, child support, something like that going on. Are you separating from this person? And it's a battle? Is that what's happening? Is that what this is? If not, they're going through it with somebody else and you're kind of being put on the back burner while this person is figuring this stuff out. So that could be what the obstacles and challenges are. And you're trying to get their attention or spend time with them or get an answer from them, and you're really not getting much from this person. So let's see, how do they feel about you? How does this person feel about Pisces? The Magician. The Emperor. So they're an Emperor energy and they feel like you are an Emperor energy. There's going to be a big clash here. That's why maybe Empress is a blockage. You need to have that yin-yang. If you have two people here that are in that Emperor energy, which could be like kind of bossy or controlling or in control or trying to take control or lead the way or give the direction on things, stand their ground, like it's very like a dominant energy. And if you're both in that, you're gonna clash. It's like the two egos. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm saying like if you're hurt, which you are, and disappointed, you're gonna turn into this. We all do, you know, especially when we're hurt. We want to stand up for ourselves. So I feel like that's what you're doing. And that's what this person's doing. So it's, you got to have that yin yang. You got to have like that Empress Emperor type energy where somebody has that understanding, compassion, but it does kind of put you to taking that step back and maybe getting more of this. So it's a tough situation, I feel like, right now with whatever this is. You're both kind of trying to stand your ground and there's no compromise. All right, what else? How does this person feel about you? They know they disappointed you, though. That they're aware of it. Yeah, they have that truth. They know they're hurting you. Because you probably do have the right to be standing up right now for yourself. But now you're getting ignored, rejected. Maybe they have to. You could be owed an apology. They do see you as a soulmate bond. They do see you on a normal day, probably, as an Empress. So there you go. This is why it could work. They also see you as a divine counterpart. So it could be meant to be. And maybe they do owe you an apology. But right now, if they're dealing with a lot of stuff, it's like they can't. They can't have all of it on their plate right now. Which sucks for you, you know. They do see long-term happiness with you. This is just how they feel. It may not be the truth. It's their truth, so please don't attack me. But they could be feeling like maybe you're being a little emotionally immature handling this because you're trying to stand up for yourself. But at the same time, I feel like that's just their projection because they do see that they hurt you. So it's like they, in one breath, they know that they're hurting you and they're not doing the right thing towards you because they're trying to do the right thing for themselves right now. So they know it's turning into this. But at the same time, they could feel like, cut me some slack, you know. There could also be an age difference here. But they do see long-term happiness with you. This feels like It feels, I don't know, they want to be on the same page. They want to build with you. They do. So maybe this is just temporary while they, see, they're choosing you. They're choosing you. But I feel like right now, it's like that Mr. and Mrs. Right, but not right now type thing going on. So let's just take a quick look. What is this person actually dealing with right now? What are they actually dealing with? Confusion. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, creating a lot of stress. And then you, the Lovers. So again, they're choosing you. Okay, walking away in reverse. So they don't want to walk away from you. But whoever this person is giving them a lot of stress and creating a lot of confusion. So this is definitely some sort of like love triangle scenario. Not necessarily like love triangle where this person like wants that person and you, and I feel like they're trying to leave a situation and it's turning into complete chaos, and they already started something pretty deep with you, but now they got to deal with this chaos, and it just seems like it's explosions are kind of going off here. Yeah, they're not trying to breadcrumb you. So in your shoes, it's probably extremely frustrating, but I feel like this person's intentions are good, but maybe they're handling it wrong, you know? All right, what's going to happen? What's the outcome with you and this person? I get where you're coming from. I really do. Like, I don't want to wait for this, and I shouldn't be treated like this. All right, what's the outcome? Empress showed up. So you may fall back into, like, Empress, loving, caring, nurturing, compassionate, understanding, temperance, so being patient, going with the flow. Yeah, you might kind of fall back a little, but you might fall back because you're kind of saying, I don't want to keep myself stuck to this right now. So if you're doing that, you may pull back. You're still holding on to this person, but I feel like maybe you're just going to be like, all right, well, you do your thing, I'm going to go do mine. So you're kind of breadcrumbing this person, maybe? I don't know. You do have a happy outcome here with them. You do. Once this cycle gets closed out with whoever this person is. I feel like it might be a fire sign or somebody who's very fiery that they're dealing with. Ignoring, rejecting, closing out that cycle. Yeah. All right, and then chasing towards you. So at time, I would never tell you to sit and wait for somebody. I feel like your plan, your method here to this madness is probably the right choice. Just by pulling your energy back and letting this person figure out what they got to figure out. I don't think they have any interest in reconciling with this other person. I feel like this other person is just giving them a really hard time. It could even have to do with finances, money, kids could be involved, a divorce, something like that. And it's not easy. It's not coming easy to this person. So you're making the right move by just saying, fine, you deal with that. I'm going to go do whatever I want to do in a nice way. And it does come back around. Like, it does come together. So, patience here. All right, let's see any messages for Pisces to clarify this reading. Surrender. Exactly. Letting go, release, give up, patience. So, and I don't mean give up patience. I mean patience, give up for now. Surrender. Be patient. Healing, wounds, improving, mending, progress. And then the two of you can work on this together. They got to get through this hump. It seems pretty chaotic. Unfinished business. Yeah. It's not over. Patterns, back and forth, baggage. They're dealing with their baggage. This isn't over. Soulmate. Yeah. Yep. Twin flame, soul contract, soul connection, past lives. It's a strong connection, strong bond. And they're dealing with a toxic relationship. So fighting, codependent, misunderstanding, trigger. All right, let's see what else. I didn't see this being toxic other than the two of you are kind of putting your foot down for yourselves. That's the only thing. And I don't feel like that's really toxic. It's just you're both fighting for the same outcome, but different battles, you know. Redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not what you fear will happen. There's that past lives again. That's probably why it's so strong and why you are both fighting for this. You are, in a way. It may not feel like it, you know, but you are. You have known this person before. It's a soulmate from a past life. Magnetic connection. There's a very strong pull and intensity that draws you to this person. Stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring romance into your life. Yep. All right, let's get some numbers. Could be birthday, anniversary, number of days, weeks, months, years, an angel number, or an age. All right, we have 1, 6, 6, 10, 9. So 1, 6, 6, 9, 10. So it could be 16, 19, 91, 61, 96, 69, and 10. Play around with the numbers. January, June, September, and October. Zodiac signs. Could be strong placements in their charts. Or something could happen during that season, like Pisces season, for instance. All right, we have Cancer, Leo, Taurus, and Capricorn. It could be any sign, you guys. I had pretty much every sign come out, so it could be anyone. All right, letters could be first, middle, last name, initials. Could spell a name, spell a word. All right, let's see. QRWMEVSUTH. So QRWEMVSUTH. I'm also seeing DNG. All right. Pisces, that is what I have for you this week. Sending you lots of love and light. Take care.